There was so much going on in the post-game interview today with Mariners starter Logan Evans. Now, I cannot show you that interview because that content belongs to Major League Baseball. But I can pull back the curtain on what I was thinking, why I approached the conversation the way that I did, and how it applies to the interactions that we have in a business setting, not just how I would approach a walk-off interview on a baseball field. So let's start with this. I never expect to interview a starting pitcher. That's because when a starting pitcher leaves the game, that is when his arm care routine begins. It is why we wait for them to go to the podium, because they're doing all sorts of things and they rarely come back out. Now, Logan Evans is a rookie who made his major league debut, and he was in line for his first big league win in his major league debut. So he is going out to shake hands with everybody on the field, which is totally awesome and cool, and something that I caught 2 outs away from the win, which means that I was kind of winging it during the interview. Here's what else was a little bit unique about this situation. I hadn't met Logan until 30 seconds before we were live on the air. Now, generally, I don't like that to be my first introduction, but he was called up. We don't talk to starting pitchers before they pitch. It was just kind of a situation you had to roll with. So I am introducing myself, and I'm also asking him, how many times have you done post-game interviews? His answer was once, after winning a championship. So now not only am I breaking the ice, but I'm getting a little bit more of a picture of how I need to set up this interview. Also, keep in mind, this interview is playing out live on regional sports television, on the app, and live in stadium. His parents and his friends and family members are in the stadium. They are going to be hearing this interview. With all of these pieces of information in mind, I am trying to formulate questions on the spot. Oh, and I am also very aware that this is a milestone and that this particular interview could be a memory. So when I am starting the interview with somebody who I have never met before, I want to build some instant rapport. I don't need you to dive into a whole bunch of specifics. What I need you to do is trust that I'm going to put you in a position where you can succeed. So the first question was, when did the butterflies go away? Now, I realize you could ask the question the other way. Did you have butterflies? I'm just going to assume, because in a reasonable world, all of us would get nervous doing something big for the first time. And oh, by the way, if he said, no, I didn't have any butterflies, that answer is just as good as telling me when the butterflies went away. The second question was, who gave you the best advice today? Again, it's a softball, it's a layup. We don't have to talk about all of the mechanics of the day. And here's what else I really, really wanted to get across. These are the memories that don't show up in the box score. This is actually a keepsake. I'm thinking 30, 40 years from now. I'm trying to take myself out of the conversation so that he can enjoy the moment. Because you can go back and watch this game and watch the highlights and talk about your debut, but hearing yourself talk about the moments and the teammates and soak up the fans cheering is what I am most concerned with. Now, I start to get a little concerned about my third question in, that nobody else on the team is going to realize I'm talking to Logan, because again, they're not expecting the starting pitcher to be out there either. At that point, JP Crawford is starting to come around and I can see him circle, and I just want to get as far back away so that Logan can have his moment. If it was a veteran, I would have hung in there a little bit longer so that the surprise was there, but he was surprised enough. Also, his parents, as I mentioned, were there and they were listening. And I wanted to give him a chance to acknowledge his parents so that they could hear it, so that the stadium could hear it, and that they could have that as part of their memories moving forward. Side note, I also interviewed his parents at 2 different times during the game, and I did the same thing with them. Yes, we could have talked about a lot of things, but what I'm actually thinking about is Logan with his kids in the future. When you go back and you relive this moment, what do you have from your parents talking about the hard work that you've put in and how proud they are of you? That's really what I'm going for in the moment. And then I'm also giving very clear instructions as he leaves the field so that he knows exactly how to exit, so that he knows how to grab the trident, so that he can totally soak up the moment and enjoy everything that goes along with making a big league debut. Now, I have done this, I don't know, countless times. Had a post-game interview after a big moment, a milestone, a career moment. And all I'm trying to do is give you a chance to celebrate it. So that brings me to our 2 business conversation techniques here. Number 1, if you are meeting somebody for the first time and you are trying to build instant rapport, make the conversation easy and obvious. Make the questions the not most basic questions, but make the questions ones that are answerable and build that trust slowly over a couple of questions. Do you know what I mean? Right? Like once you start to feel more comfortable, now you can let your guard down. And now I feel like we kind of have a relationship going. So that's number 1. Number 2, give people the platform and the opportunity to talk about their success. Talk about other people's success. Like give them the okay to do that. And not just in one word and not just in one sentence, but let them soak up the applause. Because most of us are not going to do that on our own. And most of us don't have that ability to amplify that message or success. Most of us don't even feel comfortable doing that. But if you can do that for somebody else, not only are you going to feel good, they are going to have a moment to remember. Okay, that's what was happening behind the scenes for Logan Evans' debut. I hope maybe you think about that this week and can incorporate a couple of those strategies and talking points into your conversations as well.